The lost savings. I couldn't sleep Saturday night. After Rachel left after promising we'd figure something out, in a voice that said she had no idea how. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. Robert snored beside me, not loud, just steady, the same rhythm he's had for 40 years. It used to comfort me. Last night it only reminded me how old we've gotten. How did we get here? That's the question that kept circling my brain. We did everything right, worked hard, saved what we could, paid our taxes, helped our kids, followed the rules, and somehow we still ended up with $28,000 in medical debt. And $18,000 in savings that was supposed to last us the rest of our lives. At 3 a.m., I gave up on sleep. I went downstairs, made coffee, sat at the kitchen table in the dark. And that's when I remembered the basement. Our basement is unfinished. Concrete floor, exposed beams, that damp smell that never quite goes away. We use it for storage. Christmas decorations, old furniture, boxes of the kids' school papers, and Robert's files. He kept everything: tax returns, pay stubs, insurance paperwork, organized in bankers' boxes with years written on the side in black marker. I'd asked him once why he kept it all. In case we need it, he said. At 3:30 a.m., with my coffee mug in hand, I thought maybe there's something down there. Some account, some policy, some piece of paper that would make this easier. It was a desperate thought. But desperate was all I had. I flipped on the light and went down. The boxes were stacked against the far wall. 1985, 1990, 1995, 2000. I pulled down the one marked 2010. Inside tax returns, medical bills, mortgage statements, and at the bottom, a manila envelope. Robert's handwriting 401k statements. I pulled it out, sat on an old folding chair, and I started reading. Robert's fire department didn't offer a 401k until 1998. He was 50, late start, but he did what he could. 1998 salary $48,000. Contributed 3%. Employer matched 3%. Balance $2,880. 1999 grew to $6,200. 2000.com crash. Balance fell to $9,200. 2001 $7,100. 2002 $6,300. He'd contributed $14,000 and had $6,300. He'd lost money by saving. On-screen text Q, 401k started at 52 late for compounding. I kept reading. 2003 $12,000. 2004 $18,500. 2005 $24,000. 2006 $31,000. 2007 $38,000. Robert was 59. The balance was finally growing. And then came 2008. Everyone remembers 2008. The news. Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, the stock market crashing. Don't panic. Don't sell. It'll come back. That's what everyone said. So we didn't panic. And we watched the money disappear. January 2008 $52,000. March $48,000. June $44,000. September $38,000. December $26,000. In 12 months, half his retirement savings were gone. On-screen text Q, 2008 market crash minus 57% S&P 500. 2009 balance $27,000. 2010 Robert turned 62. Eligible for early retirement. I found it then. A withdrawal form. March 2010. Amount $18,000. Reason financial hardship. After penalties and taxes. Net $12,600. I remembered now. The year the roof needed replacing. $8,500. Insurance wouldn't cover it. Too old, they said. Pre-existing condition for houses. We pulled $12,600. Paid for the roof. Caught up on property taxes. Gone. 2011-2014 balance rebuilt slowly to $42,000. 2015 first knee surgery. Another $7,500 withdrawal. 2018 Robert retired at 65. Final balance $78,000. 20 years. 2 crashes. Multiple withdrawals. End result $78,000. At 4% safe withdrawal, that's $260 a month. Not enough to matter. On-screen text Q. Final balance after 20 years $78,000, $260 month. Linda? Robert's voice at the top of the stairs. What are you doing down there? It's 4 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, I said. I was looking through the old files. He came down slowly, his knee clicking with each step. When he saw the statements in my lap, his face changed. That's ancient history, he whispered. Is it? Because our present looks a lot like our past. I tried, Linda. I did everything they said. Contributed. Stayed invested. Didn't panic. And I still ended up with nothing. $65,000, he said. That's what I put in. After 20 years, I ended with 78. 13,000 gain. Less than 1% a year. He gave a bitter laugh. I would have been better off with a savings account. I pulled out my phone. Did the math. If he'd started at 30 instead of 50. Same contributions. He would have had $340,000. Instead, he had $78,000. That's what was stolen. Not because he didn't try. But because he was born at the wrong time. And the system wasn't built for people like him. On-screen text Q. Average student loan balance for 40-year-olds $45,000. Our parents had pensions, he said. My father retired with 70% of his salary. No stock market. No 401k. Just work hard and the company took care of you. That world's gone, I said. They replaced pensions with 401 kiloseconds. And said, now you're in charge of your own retirement. But they didn't give us time. Or tools. Or protection from crashes. His voice broke. The cruelest part? I believed them. I believed the system worked. When morning light came, Robert sat at the kitchen table with coffee. I'm sorry, he said. For what? For failing. For all of it. We did our best, I said. It wasn't enough. He took my hand. What do we tell the kids? The truth. We show them the statements. We let them see it wasn't our fault. That the system broke its promises. At 6 p.m., Rachel and Ethan would walk through that door. And we would finally tell them the truth. Not the sanitized version. Not the "we're fine" version. The real truth. About what it costs to survive. About what the system promises. And what it really delivers. About how you can do everything right. And still end up here. Have you ever looked at your parents' financial history? really looked? Drop a comment. Because what we uncovered changed everything. Next time, Rachel's confession. Her own retirement account tells a story even worse than ours. And Ethan is about to reveal a secret that could destroy what's left of this family. Rachel's confession. 6:02 p.m. Rachel arrived first. Still in scrubs. Different color this time. Purple. Another 12 hours on her feet. Maybe more. She hugged me. Brief. Mom, thanks for coming. In the living room, Robert had pushed the coffee table aside. Papers spread across the floor. 20 years of 401k statements. Arranged like evidence at a crime scene. Which, in a way, it was. Rachel knelt down. Picked one up. Dad, I didn't know. Nobody did, Robert said quietly. I didn't talk about it. What was there to say? 15 minutes later, Ethan arrived. Paint stains on his jeans. Shirt wrinkled. Tired eyes. Sorry I'm late. Logan's surgery went fine. But my half of the bill. $4,200. He tried to smile. Failed. He looked at the floor. What's all this? Family history, Rachel whispered. Come see. For 30 minutes, Robert walked them through it. Statement by statement. Year by year. 1998. First contribution. $1,400. Match $1,400. Balance. $2,880. 1999. $6,200. 2000. .com crash. $9,200. 2002. $6,300. After 4 years and $14,000 contributed. I had less than half left. Rachel scribbled notes. Ethan just stared. Robert's voice grew heavier. 2007. 38,000. I thought maybe we'd be okay. He pointed at 2008. And then, this. January 2008. $52,000. By December. $26,000. You lost half, Ethan whispered. In 12 months, Robert said. Half of everything. Gone. On-screen text Q2008 crash. Erased 57% of retirement savings for workers age 55-65. Rachel's eyes filled. But it recovered, right? Eventually, Robert said. But I was 61. I didn't have time for, eventually. The withdrawal form. $18,000 taken. After taxes and penalties. $12,600. Needed a roof. Rachel shook her head. 30%. Gone in fees and taxes? That's what happens when you're desperate, Robert said. You don't get choices. Just consequences. Rachel set down her phone. Looked at her father. Dad, I need to show you something. She opened her folder. Slid a paper forward. My balance. $8,247. She swallowed. I've been contributing since I was 26. 14 years. With the match. About $34,000 in total. And I have 8,000. Her voice broke. I'm 40 years old. And I've lost money. On-screen text Q average 401k balance at age 40. $120,000. Rachel's $8,247. Rachel whispered. That's less than what I owe on my car loan. Silence. Then Ethan, I don't even have a 401k. We all turned. What? Rachel asked. I never enrolled. Couldn't afford it. And now, I'm self-employed. I'm 38. Zero retirement savings. Zero. His voice rose. So why would I? Dad saved for 20 years and ended with scraps. Rachel saved 14 years and lost money. Why would I put $1 into a rigged game? He paced. My retirement plan? Work until I die. On-screen text cue. 42% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. Question to viewers: would you keep investing if all you saw was loss? Robert stood, slow, his knee stiff. He put a hand on Ethan's shoulder. I understand, son. I feel the same. The system failed me. It's failing your sister. And it'll fail you too if you trust it blindly. He paused, his voice turning sharp. But listen to me. Giving up is worse. Despair is free. But fighting costs something. And that cost is worth paying. The room froze. Robert's words hung in the air like smoke. Rachel broke the silence. I'm changing my strategy. Right now, I'm moving everything into low-cost index funds. Fees under 0.05%. I've been paying 1.2% all these years, bleeding money. She tapped her phone. I'm also doubling my contribution. 6% instead of 3. That's 12 with the match. Rachel, you can't afford, Robert started. I can't afford not to, she snapped. I won't be 67 with $8,000. I refuse. On-screen text cue. Cutting 1% in fees can save $100,000 over a career. Ethan muttered, I'll try to. Set up a SEP IRA. Start small. $50 a month. Something. Rachel's eyes sharpened. Do it. Because if you don't, you'll end up here, broke, bitter, and watching your kids bail you out. The words stung, but they were true. I finally spoke. I'm glad you're scared, I said. Rachel blinked. What? You should be. Because this, I gestured at the papers, is what happens when you're not scared enough. We trusted the system, and it broke us. I picked up a statement. Fear should drive you to act differently. But don't let it paralyze you. Fear without action is surrender. Ethan lowered his head, silent. Rachel pulled out one last paper. Mom, Dad, I made a budget. You're short $410 monthly. She breathed deep. I'll cover $300. Ethan covers $100. That buys time until you sell the house. Rachel, no, Robert said. Yes, she cut him off. It costs me $80,000 in future retirement growth. But if I don't, you might lose everything, and that costs me more. Ethan nodded. 100 from me. Automatic transfer. Starting next month. Robert's face crumpled. Our kids are paying us to survive, he whispered. We failed. I squeezed his hand. We didn't fail. The system did. But he shook his head. This house was supposed to be our legacy. Instead, we'll sell it. Just to keep breathing. That night, after they left, Robert stood at the window. Tomorrow, he said, I'm calling a realtor. We sell. We stop being their burden. He closed his eyes. This house was our proof that we built something. Now it's just the last thing we can sell to survive. His voice dropped lower. That's not legacy. That's surrender. Final question to viewers: would you sacrifice your own retirement to save your parents? Comment below.